A 3 wins the series. It's Lillard. He got the shot off. Lillard, good! Good! And the Blazers win the series for the first time in 14 years!
What's up? Oh, hold on. What's up, guys? Welcome to Hustle Hoops. The title of this video, you see it. I trust the Bucks this season. In the postseason, I trust the Bucks this playoffs. And am I crazy? I might be. As you see on the screen, I don't have Giannis in the image because I trust Giannis. I don't think he's in question like everybody else. I'm just not some casual old NBA fan who just I believe we know who Giannis is. I'm a top 5 player in the league. We talking about a dude who can get to the hoop at will, who can play defense like anybody in the league, who's been working on his mid-range shot. We're talking about a dude who can give you 29, 11, and 6. I'm not worried about Giannis. I'm worried about these 4 guys on the screen right here. Not only them, but like it's just the supporting cast and that guy right there in the blue shirt to the left of the screen. Yeah, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna just play everybody 30-something minutes like he's been doing, not really making adjustments, sitting on the sideline, being the bad coach that he's been in the past, or is he gonna be out there willing to make adjustments, play the best guys more minutes, get a more advanced offensive system other than just Giannis at the top of the key, 5 out. I'm a dribble when I'm a 6'11", 240-pound center, really? Have him going tween on the perimeter, or they're going to put Chris Middleton in some off-ball action, like chasing him around like a Klay Thompson style, getting the defense bending around that, putting Drew Holiday and Giannis in the pick-and-roll action, putting Brook Lopez down low on some post, or maybe getting him in a pick and fade with Drew Holiday, getting Giannis moving around, setting screens off ball and on ball, or is she just going to do the same old offense? Giannis ISO, Chris Middleton ISO, Drew Holiday ISO. They've been mixing it up a little bit more this season as time went on. At first, when Drew Holiday was there, early in the season, it kind of felt like Drew Holiday, I thought he didn't have the ball in his hands enough. There was a lot of times at the beginning of the year when I was watching Bucks games where he was just standing in the corner or something like that. But they've been working him into making him more of a playmaker type role. So I trust the Bucks. It's gonna come down to their offense. What is offense gonna do? We know they're there. We know what they're like defensively. Brook Lopez, Giannis, 2 of the best paint protectors in the game right now. The Bucks always have that defensive scheme to shut down the paint. Is that gonna work against certain teams? I'm not really sure. Against the Heat, you do have Duncan Robinson. He's been one of the best 3-point shooters the past couple years. However, this has been a down year for him, but we don't want to just give him open threes type of thing, neither with Tyler Hero. I know Jimmy Butler's not a guy you would really be out here trusting like that to hit threes, but he can hit some occasionally like the Heat. I think they should take care of the Heat. Realistically, the Heat's 2 best players, Bam and Jimmy, like to attack in the mid-range and painted area, and that's where the Bucks like to defend. So I think that could run into some problems. The thing where last year they lost just because that defensive scheme and all that type of stuff. Now, I think Giannis needs to step up a little bit defensively, like as far as like on-ball type defense. He likes to play that off-ball type of style, like free safety type of style. But if worse comes to worse and I need him to lock up Jimmy Butler, I'm going to need him just to take that assignment and go on Jimmy Butler. I'm going to need Chris Middleton to be his good old consistent self. I don't need Chris Middleton to try to fade away this playoffs. I need him to be his 20, 22 on 50, 40, 90 type of efficiency. I need Drew Holiday to bring his intensity, his playmaking. I need P.J. Tucker. That's an underrated signing, but we saw what he was doing against KD in those 2 Nets games. Yeah, KD did drop 40, but it was a very difficult 40. P.J. Tucker getting gritty in his face, applying pressure. He hitting threes. We know he's one of the best corner 3-point shooters. I need Brook Lopez to be able to hit some shots. I need Bryn Forbes to hit. He's been hitting all season. I need Bobby Portis to hit. He's been hitting all season, right? The Bucks team is totally different. Everybody just sees Giannis. The average NBA fan just going to see Giannis and a bunch of bums. That's how they view it, right? But that's not what it is. Their team is totally different. Drew Holiday brings a different dynamic. P.J. Tucker, Bryn Forbes, Bobby Portis. These are all new players that weren't there last year. That's going to fundamentally change the way they've been hooping. And it's different this year. Now, yes, they're not the 1 seed anymore. They took a step back. But really, I think this team is better than the teams from the past 2 seasons. So I trust the Bucks. Am I crazy? Like I said, I might be crazy for trusting them, but I do trust them. Giannis is one of my favorite players in the league today. He's one of my favorite players. He's one of the most unstoppable players. Like I said, I'm not really worried about him. I need to see Chris Middleton in that mid-range game. He's one of the best mid-range scorers. I need him to see him doing that hezzy pull-up, that post fade, off the screen dribble pull-up. I need him to be playmaking. He's upped his playmaking in the pick and roll. Him and Giannis in the pick and roll could be scary. I need Drew Holiday doing what he's doing, being their closer type of thing. Him and Chris Middleton are the closers for this team. And this is a side tangent. It's okay that your best player is not your closer. Let's normalize it's okay if your best player is not your closer. Giannis, a closer type player, you need that player to be somebody who can create their own shot, who's a very good jump shooter, because a lot of times in the end of the game, you're not getting all the way to the basket. It's okay if your best player isn't your closer. Let's look at some few examples. Kobe was a closer for the young Lakers back in the day, and Shaq was clearly the best player in the whole league at that time. Let's look at Bron and D Wade. D Wade was that closer for that team early on in 2011. D Wade was seen as a closer. Bron was the best player, but D Wade was seen as a closer. It's okay if your best player isn't your closer. Giannis doesn't have to be their closer. I mean, you can look at the Sixers went out and got Jimmy Butler 2 years ago. Not because they thought Jimmy Butler was better than Joel Embiid, but because they needed a closer. Joel Embiid was the best player on that team. However, Jimmy Butler could be a closer for them, and so that's why they got him. And we saw he hit that game winner that one time, something like that. It's okay that Giannis isn't their closer. He doesn't have to be some Kobe, Michael Jordan type player. Every great player doesn't have to be that. It's okay he can't close. That's why they bring in Drew Holiday to take some of that burden off. And so now that that's there, a ball handling ability, difficult shot making, Chris Middleton can always do that, but I need him to be a little bit more consistent. I need him to transfer his consistency from the regular season into the playoffs. And I think with Drew Holiday there, alleviating some of the pressure would help, because nobody really took Eric Bledsoe seriously. He's not a terrible basketball player, but realistically, no coach or any other team took him seriously offensively, really, or even defensively. He's supposed to be some type of defensive player, but nobody really took Eric Bledsoe seriously. So the pressure was all on Giannis and Chris Middleton. And it's okay that right now they're not the highest pressure performing players. So now with Drew Holiday there, that's going to alleviate some of their pressure. It's going to be distributed evenly between those three. And you do have shooters on the wings in Bryn Forbes, Bobby Portis now going to take some of that pressure off as well. PJ Tucker extending it to the corner. So I really do like the Bucks' chances. And then defensively, they're like that defensively. I'm predicting that they're going to take care of the Heat in the first round. Whether that goes 6 games. I don't see it really going 7. I see them taking care of it in 6. And then the matchup against the Bucks. I think they match up very well against the Bucks. Now let me explain. Against the Nets. I think they match up well against the Nets because Giannis obviously. Okay, let's walk it down. I think Drew Holiday can do pretty well I would probably put Drew Holiday on James Harden. So I'll probably put Chris Middleton on Kyrie. And now you cannot stop Kyrie, KD, and James Harden. You can't stop them. You can only hope to contain them. And I think the Bucks have one of the best teams to contain them. We saw with PJ Tucker. So my plan would be like this. You put PJ Tucker on KD, like we had him in those 2 games. You put him on KD to start. This is the starting lineup I'll roll out. I'll roll out these 4 you see on the screen. Drew Holiday at the 1, Chris Middleton at the 2, PJ at the 3, Giannis at the 4, Brook Lopez at the 5. And that's really just for defensive purposes. So you're going to do Chris Middleton on Kyrie, right? I just want Chris Middleton to be long, active. Just basically don't let Kyrie go into crazy mode, go into Zen mode where I'm just hitting everything. I'm scoring 40, right? Just hold him down, make life difficult. Kyrie's going to break through eventually. We saw what he did to Matisse Thybulle, and Matisse Thybulle is one of the best defenders in the league. So if Matisse can't even hold Kyrie, Chris Middleton, you're not going to stop him, but I need you to try to contain him. Drew Holiday, I've seen you defend everybody pretty much. You lock up everybody. You're consistently everybody's top 5 defenders, NBA players and NBA fans. I need you on James Harden. Why not Chris Middleton or Harden? Because Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday's a little bit more physical than Chris Middleton. Harden likes to play physical, get big, use his big body, his big shoulder, do those step backs, get into the paint, and draw those fouls. Drew Holiday's right there for all that physicality. He has a big, strong, wide frame. He be posting up himself, so he knows how to take that physicality. He's a little bit stronger than Chris Middleton. I like Harden. I like a Holiday on Harden. And then PJ Tucker, I need you to do the same thing with KD. Be physical, be matching him up, bumping him, kind of like a pestering him, making life difficult like you did in those 2 games. I still went out for 40, but it was a difficult 40. KD wasn't getting whatever he wanted, and that's what I need you to do. Brook Lopez, I need you in the paint, locking down that paint, blocking shots. Don't let them get those alley-oops that they be getting every rebound. You can't be letting them get offensive rebounds. I know you're not a historically good rebounder, but I'm going to need you to get boards. Use your 7-foot frame, get these rebounds, box out, and just play hard in that paint. And then Giannis, I need you to be just roaming around the court, playing a free safety, strong safety type role, Draymond Green type. I'm just out everywhere. I'm talking, I'm yelling, I'm helping, I'm switching. Because realistically, I wouldn't want Giannis on one of those 3 the whole game. But a possession or 2, I would trust the long frame speed of Giannis to try to contain or do something. I do see that series going 7. And am I crazy to say I trust the Bucks? Am I crazy to say right now I have faith in the Bucks to be able to beat the Nets? Am I crazy to say that? I don't know. I might be. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think Giannis could average. I could see Giannis averaging like 28, 29, dang near even 30 in that series. As long as Chris Middleton and them boys show up. We already know what the big 3 is going to do. They're all going to average over 25 maybe. But I don't know. I trust the Bucks to win that series. And have I lost my mind?